to that. We just got a lot of young pieces. I don't know what's next. I just hope some of these young pieces, Brandon Ingram's going to have to step it up. Lonzo Ball going to have to play like an MVP from his first year. Yeah, like they're putting too much pressure on this kid. He might just crumble. Because Magic told him he's the man to bring us back to the promised land. Like, come on, man, this kid's 19.
Yeah, I mean, you got Magic with all the pressure, and God knows his dad.
I'm not worried about his dad too much. It's kind of funny now. I mean, it's just, it's whatever.
Did you see him on the WWE?
Beat that nigga ass. Beat that nigga ass. Yes.
That was...
Like, they ain't got no tape delay in WWE? Is it just straight up live? Like,
the WWE was not happy about it.
I'm pretty positive. Hulk Hogan said the N-word, and they haven't let him back since.
Exactly. Hulk Hogan said it.
Mr. WWE said
he ain't stepped foot in a ring.
Hadn't seen him since.
I wonder if they would pursue legal actions.
I mean, they probably would say, "Oh, we don't condone this talk," but they're probably happy. I mean, they got on Sports Center, they got everywhere. Like everybody was talking about WWE.
There was a lot of publicity.
So
Jerry Jones always say, "Press is press."
Exactly.
Whether it's good or bad. But do you like seeing your Ricky out there on Monday Night Raw before he even steps on a Summer League court?
Anybody but Russell.
They're crowning him right now.
Anybody but Russell. That's how I feel. So I'll take Lonzo. I'm going to give Lonzo a chance.
I like Lonzo, man. I like his attitude. I like his game. He just, man, the weight on the world.
That's the only thing. He's got a lot of weight and a lot of pressure on his head. Can he handle the LA lights? Because the guy before you thought he could handle the LA. Russell knew he was.
Russell thought he was LA.
Yeah, Russell thought he was LA.
Nigga had the Easy E haircut and everything. Clown.
And he's a magical passer, and he averages like 3 assists a game. And I'm just glad we're past that. All you Russell stands can go to Brooklyn and watch him play in the Barclays Center. Ball, you got the keys, son. See what you can do.
Now let's circle around to the rivalries, Boston.
Okay.
Excuse me. Danny has made all these damn trades, accumulating draft picks.
Nothing.
And if we've been hearing all off season, Jay, they about to land Paul George.
Yeah.
They're gonna land Carmelo.
Yeah.
They're gonna land Jimmy Butler.
Somebody.
They're gonna land Gordon Hayward.
Yeah.
From what I'm hearing, Gordon Hayward is very close to going to Miami.
Miami, okay. Yeah, Boston is a big disappointment. Their whole offseason is a big disappointment. Now, Jason Tatum.
I like
a lot
him.
of people, you didn't watch Duke. This kid, those offensive droughts they had, that won't happen with Jason Tatum. Not going to happen with him on the court.
Will they use him correctly?
I don't know. They got like 5 small forwards.
Will he start?
I don't even know when he even play. Exactly.
The number 3 pick last year.
What's his name? With the dreads starts. Crowder.
Crowder.
Yeah. So you got Crowder, and then Jaylen Brown backs him up, and now he's got to get behind Jaylen Brown. So it's like, what you doing? Like you said with Boston, you got all these young pieces. You got 5 small forwards. You got 4 point guards. You got 5 2 guards, all under the age of 25. What you gonna do with it? Are you just gonna keep building and building and building and like have a team of 16 All-Stars, or you gonna trade something to get somebody?
Another team that went through their process, of course, everybody knows. Excuse me. Trust the process.
Philadelphia.
The Philadelphia 76ers, who
like what they're doing.
Tanked a couple of seasons to get draft picks. A lot of seasons to get draft picks. But now they're looking pretty good. They signed J.J. Redick. That's a starting shooting guard for them.
That is a starting too.
So look at that starting lineup of Philly. Let's see if we can pull that up.
We got Markelle Fultz at 1. At the 1.
We're going to have J.J. at 2.
We're going to have Ben Simmons.
Simmons at the 3.
We're going to have Saric probably at the 4. They're not rookie of the year, but a contender at least.
Now, can you start Okafor and Embiid?
No, Okafor has to go.
Odd man out.
Yeah, like I mean, he can back up, Joel Embiid, and then Embiid, he's not always gonna be healthy. But the way they plan on playing, because I'm assuming they're gonna be running and gunning. Okafor ain't down with them running and gunning, so I'm not sure.
To me, Embiid shouldn't either because, hell, I don't think that boy can last 12 games.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, if he can stay healthy, you just got to get rid of Okafor. Because even if Embiid stays healthy and, Okafor is backing him up, it's just not a good fit for Okafor in Philly. It's just not a good fit. Trade him for some other pieces or assets that you can, that fit better in Philadelphia. And then he's a number 3 pick? Yeah. 2 years ago in the draft?
Yeah.
He averaged 20 points his rookie year, 20-7.
Embiid looked very, very promising. I'm excited to see Ben Simmons in the summer league, man. He was LeBron, man.
He ain't playing in summer league this year,
which I don't understand. That
he's too good. So
he needs.
He don't need
reps.
to. He don't need to. No,
I guess. But I mean, just the get back to Boston again.
Okay.
What does Danny Ainge do? Let's say you strike out on everybody.
Okay. So.
What's next?
So we look at what the Timberwolves got for Jimmy Butler.
I love my Timberwolves.
They could have matched that. Boston could have matched that. You look at what Indiana got or Oklahoma City got for Paul George, Indiana. They could have matched that. What's going on? Like, why you got more than enough pieces? You could have landed both of them. To be honest, you probably could have got Butler and Paul George for what they ended up. Oladipo, Chris Dunn, and a number 7 pick. You had the number 1 pick, really, to be honest.
and it seems like this is like the 3rd year in a row that Boston is in talks of landing all these superstars, and nothing ever happens. Yeah, they wind up with Al
Horford. Yeah.
Remember, it was KD last year.
Yeah.
The year before that, I'm sure it was somebody else.
Yeah.
But they've always had this collection of draft picks and cap space, and they just seem to not be able to do anything. Now, I know they were the number 1 seed in the East, and that's all in good.
Yeah. But you don't have.
But the East right now is for the taking.
You got to step up.
We're 37 minutes into this podcast. We haven't even mentioned Cleveland. That's how you know how crazy this offseason been. But right now, the East is weak.
Very.
Nobody's beating the Cavs. Unless this Boston team makes some type of significant move. To me, even with Gordon Hayward, they're not better than the Cleveland Cavaliers. Maybe with the Paul George. Maybe I thought Jimmy was perfect for Boston for what they like to do.
Yeah. Like, they have 19 players on their roster right now. The NBA maximum is 16. They've had so many draft picks and haven't done anything with them. They're going to have to send at least 3 players to the D-League. They got 19 players on their current roster right now.
Well, made no sense, man.
You haven't done anything with these draft picks except draft players. This is not the NFL. There's not 7 rounds. There's not 65 slots. Do something with it, Danny Ainge. Come on. It's there for the taking.
Now let's get to some of these NBA trades that done kind of shook it up. We done talked about, let's talk about Minnesota. The Minnesota Timberwolves are putting together a team.
I don't know.
I like it. Jeff Teague, Jimmy Butler, Andrew Wiggins, Karl Anthony Towns. You got Taj Gibson coming off the bench. And they still got cap room. They can make a couple of more signings. To me, I don't even know if the Clippers are going to make the playoffs now that Chris Paul has been traded. I don't like the team. I think they're solid.
I love to talk about it. Are we talking about Chris Paul?
Oh, yeah. Okay, we're definitely. Absolutely.
Okay.
Because Houston would lose in the second round now that Chris Paul was on the team. But the Timberwolves, man, then they're starting to get their defensive players. I don't know if the Knicks going to buy out Joakim Noah. That's a possibility. I really thought they was going to sign Derrick Rose before they went to Teague. I don't know what Rose's market is looking like. If he's willing to come off the bench, which I would love that. God, I would love Derrick Rose on that team.
I don't No, he's gonna back up. What's his name?
He's no longer starting. The days is over.
He's gonna back up Jeff T.
Yeah, your knees is tissue.
And then they got Tyus Jones. I mean, he's a
quality backup. I like Tyus.
I mean, Derrick Rose, you might be putting a third point guard here.
Adrian Payne, who's solid.
I mean, everything you just said about Timberwolves, I said it last year. We said it last year.
We did.
And Thibodeau highly disappointed me last year with 31 wins and 51 losses.
That was without Jimmy Butler.
You had, what's his face? Karl Anthony Towns, Andrew Wiggins, and Zach LaVine, but you ran them into the ground.
But now he got somebody he know he can.
Oh, he's going to play 6 of these players, and he's going to play 6 players.
Probably.
Yeah, exactly.
That's Tibbs,
6-man rotation.
I do
like it, but he's gonna you gotta. I'm backing up a little bit because
I don't.
Last year
they're not gonna be this top 4 or 5 team, but they can get in 7th or 8th.
No, now they should be now he should be a top 4 seed with the roster he got now.
I don't think they will.
Karl Anthony Towns, Andrew Wiggins, and Jimmy Butler?
I don't think they will.
That's a top 4 team. That's better than the Clippers were last year.
Let's think about the West Coast teams. Golden State is automatically a lock, number 1.
And then San Antonio. They getting a little old.
It's San Antonio. They'll be number 2. Watch out for Derrick Rose in San Antonio. That is in the talks.
Okay.
But San Antonio 2. OKC 3. With
the
addition of PG-13?
No, they're not a 3 seed. They went from 7 to 5 or 6.
PG-13.
5 or 6. You're not touching the ball, PG-13, because
Houston, number 3.
Okay. I'm not a big Chris Paul guy.
Pull up the Western Conference.
Let's see. I'm not a big Chris Paul guy. I think this Timberwolves team last year they should have been an 8 seed, 7 or 8 seed.
I think
this year,
if the Utah Jazz lose Hayward and also George Hill, take them out the playoffs.
Hayward and Hill. Yeah. Okay.
They're done. So we're gonna go pull up the Western Conference division now.
Okay. So hold on.
Yeah.
So the Clippers will
fall. Clippers will fall.
Yeah. That's Minnesota right there.
They gone.
Yeah, Minnesota.
Oklahoma City will be better.
They'll go up to 5.
Will New Orleans jump?
Not with what's his face? Alvin Gentry running the show, and that 2 big man thing ain't gonna work. I'm sorry, this is not gonna work. This is not gonna work. They have no guards whatsoever.
Well, I don't think Portland don't really make moves in the offseason.
They don't. But their backcourt is solid.
But Minnesota can be within that 5 to 8 range.
Nah, Memphis is probably going to go down.
I don't know. Memphis weird, man.
They are.
Every time I think they're going to suck, they're going to be good. But I do think Minnesota makes the playoffs. Utah Jazz is out. Clippers are going to plummet. Memphis. So I think Golden State, San Antonio, and Houston is 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. And then
I think 4
that
will be
team.
Minnesota or OKC.
Yeah. Oklahoma, and then Georgia don't even want to be there.
And he's only going to be there for 1 year.
He don't even want to be there. And then Russ not going to pass him the ball in the 4th quarter. And that Gatorade fantasy commercial he has of hitting a game winner,
it's never
going to happen. Not with Russ running the point. Not going to happen. So, yeah, I don't think Oklahoma City got any better. You went from 6 to 5. You're going to win. You won 47 games, you win 50. That'll get you to number 5 with Paul George.
Yeah, because Utah would not make the playoffs. So who makes it? Minnesota is that team that replaced Utah?
Dallas should be better.
Maybe.
Minnesota will replace Utah. I don't know
about
the
Nuggets slide in.
They were close last year. They still better. They haven't made
aggressive in the offseason.
They trying to get a star, but I don't know if a star is gonna go there.
Well, I tell you what, since the Clippers are now relevant and no longer even worth mentioning, even though they signed Blake to that lucrative contract,
dumb contract, he's gonna tear his pinky toe tomorrow and out for the season.
The Houston Rockets traded for CP3.
I'm a Warrior fan. I'm just like, okay. thanks for eliminating the Clippers.